difference between libertarians and people always say, oh, well, what are you libertarians going to do that's so different, and what are you going to change? When you get into power, you're going to be corrupt just like they are. But the Greens, the Republicans, the Democrats all come to office to seize power. We come to bury it.
Exactly.
So there's a huge difference.
There is. And I mean, most libertarians are not ambitious to hold public office. I mean, when we run, we're thinking, well, let's just, if we make it, let's get in there, do what we have to do, and get out of there and go back to our career and enjoy the fruits of what we've accomplished. Instead, the people that go in there now pass all these rules and regulations, and they don't even have to live under them because they stay in office for forever, and they just make the rules instead of having to obey the rules. Well, we have
another clip of you. I think I want to go to this one, and you're talking about another subject, healthcare. And there are ways, you know, libertarians have a different way of looking at healthcare, and you're talking about that a little bit here. And this is the same candidates forum we saw earlier. What race was this?
This was a congressional race in 2002.
And this was your 12th run for office.
12th run, all various offices going back to 1980. Yeah.
Okay, so if we're ready, could we go ahead and roll that in?
Look into the various, well, first of all, we haven't encouraged people to be innovative. We need to encourage our small business people, and we need to allow for tax credits for savings, and explore alternate resources like solar energy, and that's all. Yeah.
Marge, your question for Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, what would you recommend to ensure the viability of the Social Security program?
Well, I think the problem is that we need choice in that program. The young people today don't think they're going to be receiving benefits when it's time to retire, and I think there's good reason to think that that might be the case. We went from the original Social Security program having like 30 or 40 workers supporting each person after they retired, and now it's about running 2 to 1, and it's going to go upside down before too long. What we need is for people to plan for their own retirement. The Social Security payouts are very low. They're not based on any kind of investment. You don't have a personal account or anything, and I think anyone under 50, for example, should just be out of the system, should start investing privately for their own retirement, and the rate of return will be far, far greater than there ever would be under Social Security, and it would be a retirement account that people would own and could pass on to their heirs rather than something that would just end with them. So we really need to make this a private situation where people plan for their own retirement. Of course, we should, anyone who's currently getting Social Security or soon will, they certainly should still continue to get it, but we need to change it for younger people.
Janet, your question for Mr. Sherman?
Okay, that was actually about Social Security. You had a little bit of the other candidate there, which I think was fine. It shows what you were doing there. And Social Security, that is a very contentious issue with a lot of people. You know, anytime you say that you want to do anything to Social Security, you're always told, oh, you're heartless, you want to have old people eating, you know, dog food and stuff like that.
That has changed over the years, though. They used to say that the Social Security was the third rail of U.S. politics. If you touch it, you die. But it's really changed over the years. Even Republicans now want some partial level of private investment, like a percentage of your Social Security. There's a lot of Republicans and conservatives that will say, yes, let's take a small amount to invest privately. Libertarians, though, are the ones that say, well, let's take all of it. Let's let the individual decide. Don't have the government decide for you what's going to happen for your retirement. But at least it's moving slightly in our direction.
Yeah, I mean, the church can take out, you know, your local church or your civic organization or some organization like that can take something from your check, some private organization, and contractually take it and put it in an account for you. And that's the change libertarians want to make with Social Security. We want your money to be in an account with your name on it instead of whatever politician happens to be in this week who wants to spend it on a war with Iraq some farm subsidy or some corporate welfare scheme, or give it to the oil companies, or use it to sell McDonald's hamburgers in France and things like that.
And it's all gone immediately. I mean, Al Gore was talking about having this lockbox or something on Social Security, but it's not locked in at all. I mean, as soon as the money comes in
it's gone.
From current recipients, it's paid out or it's put into government bonds where it's paid on other government debt. There's no money set aside for the public.
Yeah, people think there's a Social Security trust fund, but there isn't a Social Security trust fund. There's no such thing.
That's right. It's a lie, and it's been perpetrated on the people for, 65 years now.
And if we were doing, if we're really thinking we're going to keep Social Security, there's no money left. I don't think people my age or people younger are going to see their Social Security benefits at all.
Unless taxation is really increased.
Yeah, and right now, if you add up all the taxes all together, sales tax, Social Security, state and federal income tax, taxes on your phone bill, your cable bill, your gas bill, 50% of what you pay at the gas pump is tax, the taxes on your car, which are going to increase here in California. It's about 50% of your income.
Very, very likely, yeah.
And some estimates, the government itself estimates that it takes on all the hidden taxes and all the other taxes about 47%, and there are other estimates that are higher than that that include the cost of regulation up in the 60% range.
Just so what's left for us? I mean,
there's no more money to you know, come in and give to take from people to fix Social Security.
And yet they want to keep increasing the various programs. One of the in that same candidates forum, all the other candidates were talking about having the prescription drug benefit for Medicare, and this would just be like creating a whole new entitlement program to provide all the prescriptions for elderly people. I mean, just how many billions and trillions of dollars is that going to cost over the years? I mean,
yeah, you know that there's and it's if you give something away, it becomes more expensive. Like if you were running a hot dog stand on Hollywood Boulevard and the government decided that it had to give away hot dogs, what would happen to your business? You'd shut down if they opened up and started giving away your product.
Right.
And that would mean that you have, you know, the other hot dog stands around there would have to raise their prices. And lay off workers. So,
and they'd rather the people be laid off so they could become wards of the state and receive more government benefits. And
on that note, we have about a minute to go left, and I'd like to thank you for coming out.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Anyone else out there that wants any more information about the Libertarian Party, please go to lp.org or call us at 1-800-ELECT-US. We have about 500 people elected in an office right now, elected and appointed in office across the United States. This is a realistic thing. So register to vote at your local post office and go online and join. Just agreeing with us doesn't do any good. You have to join. We'll see you next time.